what your car says about you. I drive a Mercedes Benz. Not because I don't love the brand, but because I've always thought that it's about simplicity, but at the same time comfort, and that's something that Mercedes has always provided. Um, the look, the finish, everything just screams classic. And there are millions of cars, there are millions of cars on the road, but once you see a Mercedes, there's just something about the sophistication of the materials used, the electronics, everything just seems to scream, I care about myself. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about it. A lot of people might, do a lot of car hacking, whatever, but with a Mercedes, you can always escape. You know what I'm saying? It's just, simple. You just gotta, know how. I remember, having issues in the beginning, having to rely on, engineers or electricians to get me out of it. But I feel once you get into the nitty gritty, once you pull the hood and once you learn about the fuses, learn about where everything is, it just becomes easier, So it's the best friend that you never thought you had. You know what I'm saying? It's the one car that, when things are tough for you, you still get by. You know what I'm saying? With just the minimum, fuel or whatever, you can still, use your car. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't rely so much on fuel. Um, and with the new research that we're doing, you can alternate, between battery power and wind and just ways to cut down the the dangers of having so much batteries in an electric car. You know what I mean? And at the same time, save money as well by not having such a big tank. You know, people just think that because it's a Mercedes, it's gonna eat a lot of fuel, and I think that's wrong. I think it depends. I think the newer cars, you have a lot of technology there that can help you move around, So when you see it, you might think, oh my God, they're spending so much money, but um, it's just the appearance. You know what I'm saying? It's just what people see and what people perceive that sometimes could hurt the brand. But I think it's one of the best economic choices that you can make. In terms of fuel, the ability to be protected wherever you are. You know, stay alive if you do have an accident. A lot of people who I know, have had accidents, driving in a Mercedes Benz. They've survived and you don't come out with injuries, you know what I'm saying, as you would if you were in any cheaper car. So I think what you spend is directly related to how you come out of the accident. Like if you go with the cheapest car, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna spend more money, in the hospital. But if you go with a car that is um, moderate in expense, you'll find out that not only would you survive, but you'll come out with less injuries. And if it's bulletproof, like the lines that we provide as well. Because I think if you're buying a very expensive car, you should be able to be protected from some of the enemies that you might encounter because you drive this type of car. Um, it's one of the best decisions I've made, and I hope that a lot of you would, consider it. Not because what I'm saying, you want to say, oh, I've arrived or whatever, but just because at some level in your life, especially if you're successful, in what you do, I believe that you should have that added protection. You know, because we all say, oh, what I'm saying, we want to go back to the hood. But if you're going back to the hood in a Mercedes Benz, you do have to have that added security that, that lets people know that, what I'm saying, you value your life. Um, and you value those in your life. Same thing for Range Rovers, same thing for Fords. It's just once you get to the level of ownership, you do have to have security. And that's why I would always support the brand. That's why I would always support every brand, Toyota, Honda, you know what I'm saying? Especially if the price is about 20,000 and upwards, is you deserve that. So God bless you. Make that choice and stick to it.